This is Quiet Conversations with Jada Raquel. Shh. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Quiet Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Jada Raquel. If you're new, thank you for joining for the first time. And if you're not, thank you for returning. I know it's been 2 weeks since we filmed the last episode, but here I am, I'm back. And today's episode is Keys in Hand. We're discussing home ownership, and we have a special guest today, my mom, that's going to be able to break down her journey and discuss what she went through when she was purchasing her first home and her second home for the first time. So let's get into the life update. I don't really have one. I just came off of a week fast. I did a juice fast where I did a green juice, a beet juice, and like a carrot, pineapple juice. Those 3 juices I did just to kind of like detox my body a little bit. I think I did a detox for 5 days, like 6 days, and it lasted a really long time. It was good. I was able to kind of disconnect a little bit. I was doom scrolling, which is something that I did not want to do, but I was reading, I was journaling, I was praying, I was reading my Bible. So all in all, it was really successful. I'm so happy that I did it and I was able to complete it. Hopefully I can do a next one soon. But let's get into the story time. And as always, the story time is how I ended up with the topic for today. So let's get into it. I was scrolling on TikTok and a girl about 25, 26 was discussing how a couple of homeowner programs is starting to lean towards the younger generation, which is you and I, because they need more people purchasing homes. She was discussing how a certain home ownership program that she went through was able to give her her closing costs, her down payment, and essentially help her with the funds to purchase her first home. I'm not sure exactly how much money she personally put down. She was discussing how the younger generation needs to get more informed on home ownership. And I grew up in a home my entire life, and I said I don't even know much about home ownership, so this is the perfect opportunity to get someone on the podcast, which is my mom, to talk about her personal experience and what she did, how she did it, to kind of like give my audience an idea of what they should do or what they can do when it comes to purchasing their first home and the process. Please keep in mind that my mom bought houses in New York and a state close to New York. I'm not going to disclose that because obviously she lives there now, but I do want to make a disclaimer that this is not a topic that is factual based. This episode is based on my mom's experience and what she went through when she was purchasing her first and second home. So I want you to take the information that she is giving today about her journey, do your research if you are planning on purchasing a home soon, and then fact check all of the research that you do find. So let's get into the episode. Part 1 will be the process. Part 2 will be things to do and don't. And part 3 will be no attachments. Let's get into it. So, hey guys, this is my mom.
Hi guys. I'm Jada's mom.
Oh. Okay, so that's how we're gonna go with it. Jada's mom. My mom has owned 2 properties, and she's going to talk about the process of home ownership, similar to what I mentioned in the beginning and in the introduction of the episode. So like I said, part 1 is the process, so let's get into it. I wanted to ask you about the process of home ownership and what that looked like for you. First and foremost, what made you seek home ownership at all? Like, did you grow up in a house? I mean, I know, but like, did you grow up in a house? Is that something that you like strived for? Like, let's talk about that a little bit.
Yes, actually, I grew up in a home.
Mm-hmm.
I came here when I was 7 years old.
Mm-hmm.
And
came here from where?
From Grenada.
Okay.
When I was 7 years old,
Mm-hmm.
me and my 2 sisters.
Okay.
And my parents, my mom actually left us in Grenada and came to the U.S. for a better life.
Okay.
So through her job that she had here, she got sponsored.
Okay.
Because at the time, that's how you got your green card.
Okay.
Your job sponsors you.
Mm-hmm.
So it sponsored her, and then she with that, we came as permanent residents.
Got you.
To the U.S.
Let me just explain. For those of you who don't know, when you're filling out a job application, they ask you, is anyone sponsoring you or are you being sponsored? That's the section that my mom is talking about.
Yes.
I'm not sure how often they do that today.
They don't.
They don't, right?
Yes.
But
back then it was much easier.
Yeah.
For you to get your papers with your job. So so my mom left us in Grenada with my grandmother, and she sponsored us, and we came here permanent, thank God, you know, because it was much easier than it is today.
Yes.
And after a couple of years, my parents bought a home in Brooklyn on Avenue J.
Okay.
And that's where we grew up.
Where is that, Canarsie?
No, that's in Kings Highway.
East
Flatbush.
East Flatbush. Okay.
So we lived there until my mom sold, and they were planning to move back to Grenada.
Okay.
So we did grow up in a house, you know. When we first came here, we lived in an apartment for a short while on Newkirk Avenue. Okay. And then my parents bought a home, a nice 2-family home on Avenue J and Kings Highway. Okay.
So were you guys renting out the bottom, and you guys were on the top?
No, in the beginning it was just us.
Oh, okay.
And as you know, my dad was a union carpenter for many years. So they did bid by bid and fix each section part by part.
Oh, okay.
And then eventually they rented out the top.
Oh, the top.
The top.
Got it. Okay.
So we we stayed in the middle and in the basement.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah.
So was the basement also like another part they could have rented out?
Yeah, but they didn't. My parents stayed downstairs. Okay. And then me, Michelle, Kathy, we acquired the second floor.
The middle. Yeah. Okay, cool. So again, growing up in a house, was buying a house of your own something that you strived for, or did you just not?
You know, honestly, I never really thought about it that way until later on when I had gotten married.
Yeah.
And to be honest, it wasn't something that was discussed.
Okay. When you were growing up?
Not when I was growing up, but I think I got married when I was young. And you know, when you're young, you tend to do things and sometimes you don't think about it. Okay. It just happened to be an opportunity. Okay. And I think that's where we were, you know?
So you guys jumped on an
opportunity. We jumped on an opportunity. One family on Union Street in Brooklyn. And it was a fixer-upper. Yeah. So we got it basically in Crown Heights for an amazing price.
Okay. Let's pause on the price. We're going to get into it. Okay, so you got married.
Yes.
And you were working.
Yes, I got married when I was young. Yes. Very young.
What's young?
Too young.
Okay. That's right.
Too young.
Too young. Okay.
Too young.
So you got married when you were young.
Yes, because I already had you and Chris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I got married very young.
Very young.
Yes.
Okay. Already had Chris and I. Yes. Got married.
Yes.
How much were you making?
At that time, I was making almost 80.
Okay. 80K. Almost 80. Where were you working?
I was working at Deutsche Bank on Wall Street.
No, it wasn't. No.
Well, okay. So before I bought the house, so it was TIA Craft.
There you go.
Right. TIA Craft. You know better than me, girl.
That's what I'm like. That's not right. So yeah, you was at TIA Craft.
I was at TIA Craft.
As a what? What were you doing there?
I was working in finance.
Okay. And you were making almost 80K.
I was making actually at TIA Craft. I was making about 72.
Okay, 72.
And then I left TIA Craft and went to Deutsche Bank.
This is before you purchased the home?
Right, because I purchased the home when I was at Deutsche Bank.
Got you. Okay, so when you were at Deutsche Bank, how much were you making?
At Deutsche Bank, I was making 80K.
80K?
80, yeah.
Okay, and before you purchased
that was just straight off the bat. That was not overtime or anything.
Oh, okay, got
But if I did do overtime, I was almost 100.
Really?
Yes, because
how much overtime was you doing?
A lot, because remember I was doing trading.
I don't remember. I was
doing. I used to do trade support with the traders, and we worked 12-hour shift.
Okay,
because
I remember
of the time
that.
zones.
Okay, the time difference.
Right, so I would go in early. You guys know, because
7. Yeah, 7
and sometimes it's 7 to 7.
Yeah. I remember that.
I had transportation for you guys. Yeah, I wasn't able to take you out to school.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
I was doing very well back then.
Right. So you was making, on average, say, 85, 90 with overtime and stuff like that. Were you were paying rent before you purchased a house?
Yes.
How much was your rent?
Back then, rent was, maybe 18.
18?
18.
1 bedroom.
No, 2 bedrooms.
2 bedroom. Okay,
Yeah.
you was paying 18 for a 2
yeah.
bedroom.
Or it could have been less.
Okay. And
Yeah.
how much were you saving? You separately, not together as a couple. How much were you saving for the house that you guys planned on purchasing?
No, but that's the thing. We were saving, but not saving for a house.
Got you.
We were just saving, had money, because you're working, you're making money, but you're saving. Not thinking that an opportunity was going to come along. Yeah. And that's exactly what happened. Because we were not thinking about buying a home. That was not even on the agenda. Yeah. Because when you're young, you're not thinking about that, But an opportunity came, and that's what we did.
So you guys didn't have a plan for real. You guys, it was just an opportunity that presented itself.
There was no plan.
Yeah. And you was like, why not?
Yeah, why not?
So how much money did you have saved when the opportunity did present itself, you personally?
Honestly, I don't even think I had $10K.
Really?
I didn't.
I mean, you had kids.
Exactly.
And kids will drain your pocket.
That's right.
I understand that.
I didn't even have $10K.
But when the opportunity presented itself, then it's like, all right, let's hit the ground running and save more.
Yes, because at the time my husband was making good money also, because he was in the union.
So y'all both was making about $80K.
We was both making good money. So it was very easy to save it real, what we needed really fast. But yeah, we didn't have a lot of money saved. And I think when you're young and the opportunity come for you to buy a home, it's like, wow, it's like a reality check.
Yeah, like I'm an adult now.
It's like, wait. Yeah. What are we doing? No, this is serious.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of do's and don'ts. And you learn from experience. So yeah.
Since you didn't know exactly, because you guys didn't plan on buying a home and you guys were just saving, like how regular people save, what did the search look like? Like when it was like, all right, we are going to buy a home, this is what we're doing.
Yeah.
What did you envision the house that you wanted or that you knew felt right? Or
but honestly, I never really envisioned what the house was going to be like. I knew that we were looking for a property, but I didn't know exactly what I wanted.
That's fair.
But sometimes you walk into a home and you see how the house is laid out, and it speaks to you. Like you can see yourself living here, and I think that's what it was for me specifically. Home ownership at the time back then was crazy because yes, you can buy a property, but even back then the prices was crazy also.
Oh, was it?
Especially for young people,
This year is like 2000.
This is 2000.
Yeah. When you guys started looking and then you closed 2001.
We closed in 2001.
Yeah.
Because even buying a house, when you walk into a home, it's unreal the prices that people are asking for and what the house looks like.
Even then.
And
now.
Oh, even now. Now is worse.
Yeah.
It's worse. The prices back then was insane, and absolutely not.
And did the job market back then not match what people were asking for?
Actually, no. The job market was better. If that makes sense.
That does make sense.
The job market was better compared to how it is today, because now you're making less and things are more expensive. Yeah.
Yeah, that is
true.
So
for us, we had an upper hand. It's just that we didn't know exactly if we had enough savings.
Got it. To put down,
to close, to do what we needed to do. Yeah. So.
What did you see that you knew you did not want when you guys were searching?
First of all, the prices.
Okay.
Because once you decide that you're going to buy a home, you have to say, well, this is what I'm working with.
Like your budget?
Your budget is very important. You want to make sure that even after you buy the home, that you're able to pay the mortgage.
Oh, yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And actually survive. That's important. And I think back then, even though we were making the money, we were young, and not thinking about all the other things that there's to come with it. Yes. Yeah. But I thank God that we had a good realtor.
Yes. So that's important.
That's very important. If your realtor is not able to work with you or work for you, that's not the right person.
Because that's essentially what they're doing. I think people forget that in the long run is that you're hiring somebody to look for something, an investment property for you, and it's not the other way around.
Yes, but also, I mean, the realtor, supposedly is working for you, but they're actually working for themselves. Because remember, they have to sell the property in order to get the commission.
Yes, but without you, there is no commission.
There is no
commission.
So
they're working for you,
they're
technically.
Working for you, yes, they are,
And I think a lot of people kind of get misconstrued when they are purchasing a home because then the realtor is telling them what to and not to do, which is obviously their job because they have experience with property.
Yes.
But I feel like realtors too much advice could push you into getting something that you essentially did not want.
Well, that's the thing. You have to be stern and you have to be firm about what you want and how much you want to pay, how much you want to lay out.
Yeah.
You are in control of that, not the realtor. Yes.
Okay. That's fair. So you walk into Union. I was with you when we went to look at the house, but I don't know if guys went back because I only went once.
Yeah.
But I was with you when we seen Union, and it was a hot mess.
It was a hot mess.
And how did you know it was like, this is it? How did you know?
So first of all, we got to Union Street, and we was like, okay. Our realtor, who's Anthony at the time, he really looked out for us.
Yeah. What does that mean?
Meaning that he always said we were a young couple and we needed a starter home, and he thought Union Street was the best investment property for us.
Okay.
Because at the time the price was very reasonable.
Which was? Wait, don't say yeah.
Okay, the price was very reasonable.
Yeah.
And he saw the potential that Union Street had, and he thought that would be good for, a young couple, starting as a starter home, I should say.
Yeah, to build the family and everything, yeah.
So we got to Union Street, and oh my gosh.
It was a hot mess.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was a hot mess. It was green carpet. Oh my God. That's all I remember.
It was green carpet. The floors was nasty.
Yeah, it was nasty.
And the homeowner had the audacity to ask us to take our shoes off.
Yeah, and she was frying fish. Like, girl, you knew people was coming to see this house. It was a hot mess. It was a hot mess.
But when you walk in, you can see that the property had potential, and you can actually see where you can bring it to your level or how you want it to be.
Yes.
So I said, okay, this is not bad. It needed a lot of work because he did tell us that it was a handyman special, meaning that you can make it into what you want it to be.
Yes.
Right.
A lot of renovations.
Okay. But the price was just right for us. Yes.
That's good.
Yes.
When you realized that Union was for you guys and the struggle it was to, like, you told me Anthony had to, like, hold on to the key and stuff like that. So, like, if you can you go into that a little bit?
So because the property was such a great price.
Okay.
Right? Anthony's boss at the real estate company at the time was trying to get the property for himself.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Seeing that, Anthony was working for us, he was fighting very hard to hold on to the property and said, no, this is for this couple.
Yeah.
And that's another reason why it is very important when you have a realtor that he looks out for you.
Yes.
Because he could have just simply give it to them.
Yeah.
Or they could have just taken it.
And made a commission.
Yeah. Because they really just wanted to get it, fix it, and flip it.
And sell it.
And sell it back, But I thank God for Anthony. I thank God that he was in the right place at the right time. He was God sent to us, So he is the reason why we are here today. Yes. In this particular house in Jersey.
That's true.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I remember.
Okay.
Because you were such a young couple and you guys had obviously no experience with home ownership and purchasing a house, like, did you have anybody to ask questions to, or like were you just going in blind? Were you Googling things? Honestly, like, how did that? I mean, Google just kind of came out for real. It was 2000. So
honestly, as I said before, we went in with honestly nothing.
Like no information.
No information.
Okay.
It's only when we started looking for the house is when I started to actually do a little research.
Yes.
Because even then, my credit was good, but it wasn't where it needed to be.
Yeah.
But we were still in a position with the credit score that I had and that my ex-husband had at the time to still purchase a home. But that makes you think about everything afterwards. It makes you think about credit. It makes you think about money. It makes you think about savings. It just makes you look at things differently, you know. And with as a young couple going in, actually we were blind going in.
Yeah.
Basically,
because we didn't know anything.
We didn't know what we were doing.
Yeah.
Anthony was basically our guide in everything.
So that's where your information came from.
Basically.
So you didn't ask Grandpa?
No, I didn't.
Because he essentially bought the house on Avenue J.
Yeah, but remember, it wasn't really my dad. It was my mom.
Oh.
And my mom had already passed.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah.
She had already passed. It was mainly my mom who knew about those things.
Got it.
You know? So Daddy ain't know nothing.
He just put the money down, girl. I know that's right. That's right, girl.
Daddy didn't know anything, you know? So he's just basically...
Let me sign this.
You need that.
Yeah. So Anthony was the person, your realtor was the person that guided you. But Anthony was also really young at the time. You guys were around the same age, no?
Actually, he was a little older.
Right.
He's a little older than us.
Okay.
Yeah, he was a little older because I was in my 20s.
Yeah. Let's talk about that. How old were you when you signed the dotted line?
I was 26.
26. Okay.
And don't forget, I was very cute.
I know that's right. 26. And my dad was 28. That is insane.
Yeah.
To think about like purchasing a home right now.
Yeah, at that age. Yeah. It's possible.
No, it's possible.
It's possible.
I just feel like with the job market now, thinking about purchasing a home, it may not be the best time, but 26 is a really good age, I feel like, to buy a home.
Yeah. It was, you know what, buying a home now, let me just say, buying a home now, you have to have that mindset that you want to be a homeowner.
Yes.
That's important.
Yes.
Because buying a home is nice. It's a great investment, but you have to have that mindset that it's a lot of work. Jada, you see us.
Yeah, girl, I know. Child. It is a lot of work.
It's a lot of work. But you have to be intentional, you know, about, you know, owning a home. You know, it's a lot of work. You have to make sure that everything is in place. And also remember, you want to make sure that you have a little money set aside because something is always going on.
Something's always going on. Something's always breaking. And some people from the state always need extra money for something. And I think that's another reason why I feel like I stray away from wanting a home because I'm like, it's just too much. Yeah.
It can be a lot.
It's a lot.
But you know, I think because this is my second home, I'm more prepared, I think.
That makes sense. Yeah, of course.
In regards to what needs to be done. I mean, don't get me wrong. Everyone needs help.
Yes.
And everyone needs someone to support them and guide them. But I think the second time around, it was a little hard in the beginning. I'm not going to lie. But now I think I'm in a better place.
That's good.
Yeah, I'm in a better place. And... it's not easy. Yeah. Don't let anyone tell you owning a home is easy. It's not. That is not true. It's not.
That's good to know. Yeah. I mean, obviously, I know that because I grew up in a home my whole life. But a lot of people don't know that. Like, people think that you get the house.
It's nice.
You pay. Yeah,
it's nice.
It's nice. And then the state is asking you for extra money.
It's nice, but in the background, it takes a lot of work.
Yeah.
It takes a lot to upkeep. It's just a lot.
But you do recommend people purchasing a home.
Because it's a great investment. Okay. It's great. It's financially, for some people, it might not happen. But trust me, it's better than paying rent.
Why you say that?
Because, I mean, what do you get out of paying rent? Honestly, what do you get back out of paying rent? You just paying rent every month. Yeah. But listen.
You're not getting nothing back for your money.
You're not getting nothing back.
I get what you're saying.
But I'm saying some people don't want that responsibility.
Yeah. I'm there right now.
You're there.
Yeah, I'm there right now.
They don't want that responsibility, and that's fine. At least you're honest, you know, and you know exactly what you want. But for me, I grew up in a home. Jada and Chris grew up in a home, and I highly recommend, you know, if you can, purchase a home.
You should do it.
You know, I mean, that's just my advice.
Yeah.
But for me, renting, it wasn't going anywhere.
Yeah, that's true.
You know, and every year the rent goes up. Look at where we are today. You know, rent is insane.
Yeah, rent
You're
is
basically
insane.
paying
A
rent,
mortgage.
which is a mortgage. You know, I mean, yes, it's a lot of work, but
at least it's an investment.
It's an investment.
Yeah. Okay. So last question for part 1.
Okay.
So you bought the brownstone. It was a brownstone, by the way.
Yes, it was.
A brownstone at 26?
Yeah.
Could never be in 2026. That could never happen. I mean, it's possible.
It is.
But
Anything is possible.
It's way more expensive now.
Oh,
so
yeah.
let's talk about the cost. So you're 26, you're 28. So you brought the brownstone for
$159,600.
$159,600.
$159,600.
And how much did you put down?
Not much. We put down less than $10,000.
What?
Yes.
Child, let me go get a house.
We didn't put down a lot of money.
That's crazy. I didn't know that.
We did not put down a lot of money.
Less than 10,000?
Yes, because the price was not high, and our realtor suggested to us that we don't need a big deposit.
Why?
Because our mortgage wouldn't be high.
So if you put down a big deposit, the mortgage would have been high?
Well, no.
What did he mean by that?
Okay, so the house was $159,600, and because the price was so low, the mortgage would not be high. It didn't benefit us to put down a big deposit.
Gotcha.
We only put down about, I think it was $8,000.
Yeah.
And we was paying $1,300 a month.
What?
Yes, girl.
That's cheap.
Back then, that was amazing.
But it's not like that now.
Absolutely not.
Okay.
No.
So let's get into part 2, which is things to do and don't. And then we're going to talk about the breakdown. Closing costs, mortgage, property tax, utilities. And we're going to talk about renovations. Let's get into it. Part 2 is things to do and don't. So let's talk about the breakdown. So you did say the mortgage was $1,300.
Yes.
And closing costs you only put down.
No, closing costs is the deposit you put down to purchase the home. Closing is totally different. So closing is to basically get the home. Does that make sense?
Yes. So how much did you put? How much was your closing cost?
I think closing was more. Closing was about maybe $10,000.
So y'all had $10,000,
right?
Plus the $8,000 y'all put down. So initially, like $20,000.
About $20,000. Yeah, and it was very easy for us to, as I said, to get it at the time because our salaries
were pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not pretty good. It was really good.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So so about $20,000 that you put into the property initially. Yes. And then your mortgage when you first month in, $1,300.
Right. So basically when you close, you have a grace period. It's usually so if you close in February, then the first mortgage is not necessarily due in March, it's due in April.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's how they usually give you a month grace period, depending on the day you close.
Okay.
Yeah.
So $1,300. Which included the mortgage and
the property tax.
Okay.
The escrow. That was all included.
What's escrow?
So escrow is basically a secured account that a third party holds until the contract is fulfilled. Okay. The contract of the mortgage is fulfilled.
Got it.
Yeah, so it just holds funds in there in case you have to pay property tax, like extra if it goes up, if it goes down. You have that additional. Yeah.
Got you. Okay. Roughly how much were you paying a month, including utilities?
Okay, so the mortgage payment was $13,000, as I said before, which included the property tax and everything. Because once you have everything included, you just make one payment to the bank.
Yes.
And then the bank is responsible for making the property. Yes.
Got you.
Utilities was not high. Honestly, I don't remember exactly, but it varies because in the summertime, remember you have AC.
In the wintertime
you have heat.
Yeah.
So it fluctuated. I mean, it's not as high as it is today.
Yeah.
But I mean, I think our utilities maybe roughly between $300 and $400.
That's it.
That's girl. Yes.
Child.
Everything back then, I'm telling you, was much easier than it is today.
So no more than $2,000 a month.
Oh, not even. Well. You can say $2,000 if you include buying food.
Yes. So that's what I'm talking about.
Yes.
So $2,000 a month.
Yes.
Including food, mortgage, utilities, and like little costs here and there because you got kids.
Because I got kids, and maybe it could be a little bit more. Yeah, because you have the kids, and they have a lot of expenses. Girl, they have more expenses than you do. So it could be a little over $2,000. Yeah,
but nothing hitting 2,500.
No, 2,500 maybe in the wintertime.
Okay.
Because you have to the heat. You have to buy salt. You have to.
For the snow and stuff like that. Obviously, that varies based on the state that you live in.
Yes.
But okay.
Yeah, but at the time, New York, and still now, their property tax is not high at all. Compared to Jersey. Yeah. So our property tax was not even $1,000 a year.
It was how much a year?
$864. I remember that number exactly.
That's not bad.
That's wonderful.
Yeah. That's wonderful.
I wish it was that in Jersey.
I know.
Compared to what we pay now, So, yeah.
So let's talk about renovations because I know that you guys pulled from equity, girl. What does that mean? You pulled from the equity?
Nowhere to be a homeowner.
I'm so far. So what's equity?
So say you buy a house for. Okay, so Union Street, you bought for $159,600, right?
Okay.
And over the years, the market value goes up.
Oh, you told me this,
girl.
Yes.
Don't make yourself look bad because I did explain this already. The market value goes up.
Yes.
So once the market value goes up of the property, it's basically the market value minus what you owe. You can pull from that.
Equity.
Yes, it's called equity. That goes into the home.
Okay.
Yes. As I said, we bought the house for $159,600 in Brooklyn.
Yes.
Right? And we were basically there for 20 years. Right? 20 years. So between 2001 and 2019, the property increased. The value, meaning like in the area, it means they call it the comps.
Okay.
Of the area of the houses where you live. If somebody renovates their property, it adds to the value of the home.
That's what I was explaining. Maybe I used the wrong term.
Wrong terminology.
Okay. But that's what I'm saying.
It adds to the value of the home.
The better the area gets, the more the value of the house goes up. And the more
people put into their home to make their home better.
The neighborhood and everything.
The value of the property goes up.
Which means that the house is now valued for more.
Exactly.
Which means, I know, come on,
Jada. The house is valued more.
Yes, which means that
you can. That's called equity.
There's more money to pull from equity.
Yes.
So where does this money come from? Like
it comes from the mortgage, from the home.
But that's what I get confused about because it's like, okay, I can pull from the equity, but like, where is the money?
You're basically pulling from your home.
Your
home.
Yeah, no, I get that. But what? The mortgage money?
The mortgage. So, so the market value goes up, right? Of the property goes up.
Okay.
Right? So $159 today, and then say to a couple of weeks, it's the market value is at $4,000. $400,000.
Got you.
So the $4,000
minus the one
that you owe.
Got it.
You can pull
from that.
But remember, you pulling from it, but you're paying back.
Yes.
Because remember,
it's still a loan at the end of the day.
Girl, you learning.
I'm learning. Okay.
So you're basically pulling from that, and then it goes back into the mortgage as a payment.
To pay every month.
So
now your mortgage is just a little bit higher every month. So instead of $1,300, say you're paying $2,000.
Jada.
Okay, I get it now.
You're getting
Am I purchasing a home soon? No.
No.
Oh my God. Okay, great. So you guys pulled from the equity.
Yes,
in order to do renovations. Yes. So I'm going to insert pictures, but you guys did do the kitchen over, which was the main renovation.
Yes.
And you also did the flooring and bedrooms. I remember we painted over the bedrooms and a little bit of cosmetic renovations in the bathroom. Yeah, so
the front doors, remember?
Oh yeah, the front doors. I remember that, and the steps a little bit.
The steps, yes.
So, I'm gonna talk about my experience. Child, it was so dusty. Child, it was so dusty.
It was.
It was so dusty.
That's the only thing I did. No, that's not the only thing. Remember having to buy breakfast?
I was just about to say that.
Having to buy
food every day. When we were doing the renovations, we did things like piece by piece. So say like you did like the floor in the kitchen first, and then you took out the stove. So I think we did something like that. So we took out the flooring. Oh, say we did the flooring. Flooring was great. Then we took out the stove, and then you guys had to find a stove that you guys like. So we didn't have food.
Basically, we took out the kitchen.
We took out the kitchen, but we didn't have like a home cooked meal
in months.
Oh my god!
Buying breakfast,
lunch, dinner every day. So imagine that you just closed on a property. You paying your first mortgage, and now you already allocated money, but now you got to buy breakfast, lunch, and dinner because you didn't know that you weren't going to have a stove for a couple of months. Oh my God. It was insane.
Yeah, and the dust was, as you said, I remember in the morning time leaving for work.
And dusty.
And get outside. I'm like...
and then you had the wet paper towel and you dusted. Oh my God, it was a mess. It was a mess.
It was bad. Because after a while, it was too much.
Yeah, it was a lot. Because I also feel like you guys did so much at one time. It was like full force. Yeah. It was like daddy brought all his friends in. Yes. And one friend is working on the floor. Yes. One friend is painting upstairs. Oh my God. One friend is breaking down something in the basement. Yeah. It was like so much going on at once. But I have to also understand the like, let's do this now because we might not want to do it later.
And that's one of the great things when you have a village and you have a community that everybody could come and help. Yeah, it saves a lot of money too. Yeah, because renovating is not cheap.
I was gonna say that. How did you afford renovations? Because some people just did free labor, like you guys' friends.
Well, yeah, a lot of them, your father's friends, came and contributed, and we supplied food and drinks and stuff for them.
I remember that.
Yeah, we did.
This is before y'all ain't have a stove. We didn't have a stove.
That was insane. And I think at that point I was just tired of eating outside.
Yes, it was a lot.
Oh, it was bad on my stomach. It was not good. It wasn't healthy. Yeah, you know. But you know, at the time you have to do what you have to do. Yeah, to get it done. But they did finish in good time frame. You know, even though it's a long process. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, listen, sometimes you just gotta sacrifice.
For a little bit?
For a little bit.
Yeah, for sure. So what was the plan? So after renovations, you renovated for a little bit. What was the plan like after that? Is that all you guys wanted to fix? You guys wanted to fix the kitchen and the floors and stuff like that, and then...
Yeah, because even out of the equity we bought a car. Because we didn't have a vehicle at the time. Who knew? Yeah, we bought a vehicle also because, I mean, when you're in Brooklyn, you don't really need a vehicle.
But it's convenient.
But it's convenient. You know, everything is right there. We was between 2 train stations. So at the time, we didn't need, but we did buy a vehicle also. Yeah. Yeah.
Which is great because who knew that you could use the equity to...
You can use, because basically what it is, it's a check. They give you a check. You borrowing against your home. Yes. It's a check. So the money is yours. The money is yours. Yeah. You just have to pay back your money.
And ask for it.
Right. You're basically paying back your money, you know? But the good thing is that you have it. Yes. And, you know, you also have to remember to maintain paying your mortgage. Yeah. To get that equity.
Yeah, which is basically paying back the equity.
Paying back, you have to pay back. Yeah.
So is there anything you did with home ownership the first time that you regret and why?
Oh my gosh. You know, honestly, I don't even know how to answer that. Because my first experience with buying my first home was totally different to my second. Yes. You know, I was young, didn't know much, you know, but I was grateful that I had Anthony in our corner to guide us on the process. I mean, the process could be a little tedious because looking at different homes, it becomes very overwhelming. Yeah, it's a lot. You know, and the prices that you pay that people are even asking for, you know, it's insane. But if that is what you want to do, if you want to own a home, just be prepared. I mean, you could never be fully prepared, but at least be prepared, meaning make sure your credit is in order. Make sure you have money for deposit and closing. And even though you have money for deposit and closing, when you go to closing, make sure you still walk with extra cash on hand. Why? Because you never know what can come up.
Like what?
Okay, for example, if you go into closing and you realize that, okay, you have an outstanding balance of a credit card.
Really?
Listen, when you are going to closing, make sure that you don't have no outstanding debt, because they want you to pay that right there and then.
Why?
Because that's how the bank works. They want to make sure that you can afford to cover their mortgage. They don't want to see that you owe this credit card company $10,000.
Because if you owe that company $10,000, you can't pay me back.
Hello.
And what if you don't have the money right then and there?
It's going to be a problem. It pushes it back.
Yeah.
So that's why they always say make sure that you don't have any outstanding debt when you are going to closing. And while you're in the process of buying a home, do not purchase anything. Nothing.
What do you mean?
Don't use your cards for anything.
Like your debit card,
Nothing.
credit card?
Credit card, don't purchase anything.
Like large purchases.
Yeah, large purchases. You don't want to purchase anything. But what people do is, if they're gonna purchase something, they use cash so it doesn't show up.
But you gotta pull the cash from somewhere.
No. That's one thing. You're pulling the cash for closing, but they don't want to see any debt.
You're saying don't use your cards for anything. Which card? Your credit cards?
Don't use your credit cards
for anything.
For anything.
Zero balances on all your credit cards.
Zero balances.
While you're in the process of buying a house. Got it. Okay.
Yes.
But pull your cash. Pull your money from your debit card and use cash, or just use your debit card in that process.
Yes, because it doesn't show as you owing. It's a purchase.
Got you.
Yeah.
Okay. So what is it that you regret? Do you regret anything? Just lack of knowledge, you would say, in the beginning?
Yeah, absolutely. The lack of knowledge, the lack of understanding what the process is, the lack of not knowing.
Yeah.
Like what you're actually going to get yourself into. Okay. Because it's a lot, it's a lot. But once you have that knowledge, I'm not saying that the process is easy, because it's never easy. It's just that you are aware of what to expect.
Yes.
So, I mean, for me, I say if you can, buy a home.
Yeah.
Buy a home. But don't go into it thinking that it's easy.
Because it's not.
It's not.
Okay.
I mean, I'm a second-time homeowner. And I still have difficulties.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know it all, We
don't know it all.
Let's get into part 3, which is no attachments. So you sold one house.
Yes.
So let's talk about, if you are comfortable with, how much it sold for. Union Street, like how much are you comfortable? You can give a range. You don't have to say the exact number, but let's give it a range. So people know how much your investment.
Oh, if it paid off?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay, so you bought for $159,600. $159,600.
Yes.
And you sold. Give it a range.
The range is I'm gonna say from $950,000 to $1.2
million. Let's be clear. I know that's right. Clap it. I know that's right. So your investment paid off.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, big time.
Yeah.
How does it work? So you sell the house, and whatever you didn't...
Whatever your balance is...
Like how much you still owe, they take minus that from what?
The sale price.
The sale price.
Right.
Okay.
The sale price. And then if you have any outstanding debt, like if you owe any money on like your water, your utilities,
they deduct that
as well. And also you have to pay for the title. All different things come out of that.
Okay.
Yes.
I didn't know that you had to pay for the deed and stuff.
Well, if you want a copy of the deed, yes, you have to pay. Yes, you have to pay for that.
Like a couple hundred.
Well, in the hundreds, it depends.
Really?
Yeah, you have to pay for a couple of things in closing.
Do you have that?
What?
The copy of the deed?
Well, I don't have the copy of the deed anymore because I'm not the homeowner. So you get the property, you get the deed. It's given to the new homeowner.
Oh,
so you actually, you're selling it. Yeah.
So if you're selling it, what are they charging you for?
Well, not me, but the new owner has to pay for it.
Oh, okay. Got you.
So you're just basically paying off what you owe in the house. And then they also have to take out your realtor's commission. He gets out of that also.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's different things that has to come out of the sale. And then whatever is left is yours.
The lawyer fees as well?
Everything, comes out of that.
Okay.
Yeah, all of that comes out, and whatever's left at the bottom, that's yours. Yeah.
So did you get a good chunk?
I did!
I know that's right. Like after all that, you still was left with a good amount.
Yes, yes.
That's good. Yes. That's really good. So it was worth the investment.
It definitely is, yeah.
So you sold one house, you bought a new one.
Yes.
Why?
Because I couldn't see myself going from a house after living in a house for 20 years to renting.
Yeah. That makes sense.
That was never
a plan.
Never a plan. It was always to buy another home.
Yes.
Yeah, until I'm ready to retire.
I was going to say that.
Yeah, it was always to buy another home. Because it makes sense. Because you buy another home, this is actually your retirement. When you're ready, you're ready to leave, you sell, and you
get your money. And then you do whatever you want with that.
Exactly.
Yeah, that makes sense. The next question was, are you ever planning on selling this house? So yeah, that is the plan.
This eventually. House here? Well, I think that's part of the plan for now. To not to stay here, but just to enjoy it while I have it. Yes. You know, because I see myself retiring in the Caribbean. Yeah. You know, why not? Not here. Absolutely not here. No. But yeah, because I mean, you can't keep a house forever. That's true. You know, you're not supposed to have ties to a home. You're supposed to love a home. You're supposed to enjoy a home. And then be able to walk away from it no matter what. When you're ready. When you're ready, absolutely. So for me, that's eventually my plan. You know, to walk away when I'm ready. Yeah,
that's a good idea. And so based on today's market, you have a lot of knowledge coming from a house in Brooklyn and now the house in wherever we are. And based on today's market, do you think it's possible for people of my generation or younger to buy a house and be comfortable?
Yes and no. Okay. The market prices right now is insane.
In terms of the job market or the housing market?
The housing market and the job market.
Okay.
Because the housing market, there's not enough inventory and the prices are through the roof. Yeah. For young people, I mean, you can, but the work salary is not what it used to be. It all depends on if you can afford it, you know, because owning a home, as I said before, is not for the faint of heart. Yeah. You know, so if you have it, you can. I mean, you can also invest somewhere else, a condo or, you know.
But you're still owning.
But you're still owning, but it's a little different type of ownership.
Because in the beginning, in the introduction, I was telling a story time about this girl on TikTok discussing home ownership programs and how there's a lot of programs out there that help younger people get their first starter home.
Yes. But I know there's a lot of benefits in first time home buying. Yes. But you just have to look for the program.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say, because I know a lot of the programs, they're looking for people that are first time homeowners, but like it's a tedious process.
It is a tedious process, you know, but if you want it, you're gonna go for it.
That's
you're gonna go through it.
Yeah. But you didn't do that, right? No, there was no program that you
It's not that there wasn't any program. It's just that I didn't know.
No, at the time.
Yeah. Because, you know, I just went in to buy the home just to buy the home. I didn't look right. I didn't look left to say, well, let me seek out programs, because I didn't know. You know, and that's the truth. You know, I did not know. You know, I just went in blind, basically. Yeah. You know.
So do you think it is smart to get a home? Like, if it's comfortable and it makes sense for someone at, say, I'm 29 now.
Yeah, if you're willing to put in the work and you know what home ownership entails, why not? You know, but if you know that's not for you, like you. Yeah. Because Jada is not about being outdoor.
Maybe a condo. But like, I've done research on condos, and there's so many things that are like tied to condos that I am not comfortable with. Yeah. Like the board that you have to get approval from.
For certain things.
A lot of condos have HOAs. Yes. Which is basically like another board, and they approve or deny certain things that you cannot do.
Yeah. And it's a lot of restrictions.
Yeah, and it's like, to me, if it's like, if I'm owning the property, ain't nobody gonna tell me what I can and cannot do.
And that's the reason why a lot of people tend to buy a home. Yeah. I mean, buying a home also, there is restrictions, but it's not as strict as
the condos. Yeah. And that's why I think I see myself living in a condo, because it's like you get apartment amenities and stuff like that without the like responsibilities of owning like land. Like, I'm not about to be in the garden on a Saturday with my hat and my gloves.
That's me. Wait, see, I like that.
Yeah,
I like that. But Jada,
I'm not doing that. So, you did say you think home ownership can be for everyone. If you think it is for you, do the time and do the research to invest in that so that you can own a property eventually. What challenges does it come with?
It comes with a lot of challenges. I mean, first of all, do you have the money?
Okay, we'll start there, I guess.
Yeah. Do you have the credit? And after you buy the home, are you able to sustain it?
Yeah. Like what?
Because you don't want to buy a property and then afterwards you lose it because you can't afford to pay the mortgage. It's all good and well to buy the property and you can, buy it, but can you maintain it?
Yeah.
Because you still need funds after to maintain it.
Yeah.
So
if things break.
Listen,
property tax goes up as well.
Listen, there's always something going on with home ownership. If it's not the boiler, if it's not the machine, if it's not something, the roof, it's always something.
And roof is not cheap. I'm letting y'all know that now.
Yeah, we were lucky.
Fixing a roof is not cheap. I know that for sure. My dad is a construction worker, like my mom said earlier. So little things when it comes to like fixing up things around the house, I kind of have a price point for certain things. I think that's another reason why I don't want to be a homeowner yet. Because it's like, I know how much things can cost. It's like the fixing price. Even like a boiler breaking. I know how much a boiler costs. And I'm good. So do you have any last advice for young adults seeking home ownership? Or, people like me that don't think they want to buy a property right now, but it may... That's what they kind of tell you, right? The American dream is to get the job, get the career, and then buy a house. So, like, do you have any advice for people my age or younger?
Make sure that is what you want. That's the first thing. And if you know that's what you want, make sure that you work on your credit. Make sure you have some savings. And just do it. If you want to. Just do it. Not everyone has the same dream. Some people don't want to own a home. And that is, you have to respect that. But for me, as I bought my second home, that was important to me. I don't think it was as important as the first time. Because the first time when you're young, you're not really sure of what you want to do. But I think the second time around, I was like definitely buying a home.
Yeah, you were way more comfortable.
I was way more comfortable and more confident with buying a second home. Yeah. So, I mean, yeah, why not? Why not?
I say all the time that I would love to own a home overseas. Yes. So we live in America. So if you don't feel like owning a home in America makes sense for you, you don't have to do that. I honestly see myself living in an apartment in America and then having like a vacation home somewhere else. Yes. It's similar to owning a property, just not in the country that I live in. And it's not as expensive. And it's still an investment and you can still sell and you can still get your money's worth and your value. And I'm pretty sure like fixing up a house, say in the Caribbean, or I want to live in Mexico, but like if I want to move to Mexico, the renovations will be way cheaper than the US. The US.
Yes.
So
it's just something about here, everything is so expensive.
Yeah, it's so expensive. So I would say don't psych yourself out. Like there is opportunity to invest in property. You don't have to limit yourself to America. You can get property outside of America for cheaper costs. So if that's something that you're looking into, that's something that I'm looking into, it is possible. Yes. So let's get into the quiet shuffle and then we'll wrap up the episode and that'll be it. Yes. Last advice. So we were talking on the sidelines and you said that credit is important.
Very important. Yes.
So you said the credit determines your rate.
Yes.
Explain that a little bit.
So basically it's not much to it. It's very cut, put, and dry, as my mother used to say. So the better your credit, the better interest rate on the mortgage you get.
Got it.
Right. The lower your credit score is, the higher your rate. So it's just the opposite. So you want to make sure that you have a good credit score.
Okay.
750, perfect. 800, amazing.
Yes.
850, oh my gosh. Okay. You're in.
And then that's a better interest rate.
Yes, cheaper, for the life of the loan.
Cheaper mortgage.
Oh yes,
on the monthly basis. Yes. Got it. Okay, cool. So this is the Quiet Conversations podcast, and on the Quiet Conversations,
I made it to the pod.
That's right. So we play a game or a segment called the Quiet Shuffle, which means that you will shuffle through this, pick a random question, but I also will ask you a planned question. Okay. So the planned question is, what was the worst job you ever had?
The worst job? I don't think I ever had a worse job.
Like a bad job?
No, I never had a bad job.
Really?
I think,
like, for me, since you was a kid.
So I started working, I was 16 years old.
Okay.
I used to work 2 days a week at a dental office as a receptionist.
Okay.
Yeah. So that wasn't a bad job because I was 16 years old and I had money in my pocket.
I know that's right.
You know? A bad job.
No?
No.
Really?
I think all my jobs benefited me. Growth.
Yeah, of course. But like, were the people good? Were they mean? Were they nasty? Nothing?
No,
That's crazy. I don't think I had a bad job.
You ever heard me say I had a bad job? I don't think I ever had a bad job.
Okay. Yeah. Quick. Hurry before the camera dies.
Okay.
Let me read it. You don't got your glasses on.
I got my glasses on.
Okay, what do you need most from others but rarely ask for?
Honesty.
Oh, that's nice.
Yes, honesty in friendship, in relationships. Honesty. Yeah.
I know that's right.
Yeah, honesty.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, thank you everyone for listening to the Quiet Conversations podcast. I'm your host, Jada Raquel. This is my mom.
Jada's mom.
I hope that the advice that she gave you from her experience on home ownership helped you along your way.
Yes.
And if there's any questions, ask in the comment section below or ask on Instagram or anything else, and we will be sure to answer those questions for you. I hope your home ownership process goes well, and all the best. Thanks for watching.
Bye.
The Quiet Conversations podcast is hosted, directed, produced, written, and edited by Jada Raquel.